All right, moving on. One of our 2024 inductees could not be with us last year, but we're really glad he's here with us tonight. To introduce him, it is my pleasure to welcome the head coach of the Portland Paddlers, who are leading the Major League Table Tennis West Division with a 7-2 record. He's also a member of the U.S. Table Tennis Hall of Fame himself. Please welcome Mr. Christian Lillieroos.
So we heard that Stellan Bengtsson was inducted into Hall of Fame last year. But when we have a legend in the sport, we have to do it twice. So we decided let's do it again. And of course, this time it was a 2-hour ride. Last year it was a 3-day travel. So he preferred to come here instead, and we're of course obliged to that wonderful decision. So it's with great honor and immense pride that we gather here today to induct a true legend of our beloved sport into the United States Table Tennis Hall of Fame. As we reflect on the remarkable career of Stellan Bengtsson, we are reminded of the profound impact he has had on the world of table tennis. Stellan's journey to greatness began as a young prodigy in Falkenberg, Sweden. He started to play at the age of 6 years old, and 67 years later, he's still kicking, coaching, playing a little bit, and that is a testament to table tennis as a true lifelong sport. Or Stellan would say to everybody here, you're not the only crazy ones. He was the first Swedish player who went abroad to train in Japan when he stayed there for 4 months to train with Ishiro Ugemura. That was 1969 and 70. That led to the remarkable feat at the tender age of 18. In the year 1971, he achieved what many could only dream of. He claimed the world men's single title in Nagoya, Japan, as the youngest ever men's singles world champion. This is his connection to the famous ping pong diplomacy. Every reunion, Stellan is a topic of discussion. For the Chinese players and American players were there. He was there, he also made history. This historic victory not only made him the first Swede to achieve such a feat, but also solidified his place among the pantheon of table tennis legends. Not many people can say that he had a serve named after them and a drill named after the club they grew up playing in. The Bengtsson serve. Today, television commentators call it the lollipop serve, but it's actually the Stellan serve, this one. And the footwork drill, Falkenbergaren, that's how you say it in Swedish. And that's a long story, but you do 1 forehand, step around, 1 backhand, forehand, and then play there. And Stellan did a lot of work on that one. He had one of the best footworks in the world at the time. Through his illustrious playing career, Stellan Bengtsson dazzled audiences with his exceptional skill, agility, and strategic prowess on the table. His achievement, including numerous European and World Championship titles, are a testament to his unwavering dedication and unparalleled talent. A personal memory stands out. In the World Championships 1981, 10 years after he won, he reached the semifinals and was asked in an interview, were you better in 1971 when you won the gold? The answer was, I would have beaten myself 21-10. That was just proof of how much the sport evolves over time. However, Stellan's contribution to our sport extends far beyond his accomplishment as a player. He met the love of his life during a World Championships and later fellow Hall of Famer Angie Rosal Bengtsson became his wife, and they had 2 twin boys together. Angie Please stand up. If it wasn't for Angie, Stellan would not be in the Hall of Fame in the United States.
He's the one who wanted to move here. I said no.
Oh, that's a story I didn't know. Okay, thank you, Stellan. I thought it was Angie, okay? But, so that was the main reason I thought that Stellan eventually wanted to move to San Diego, California, United States in 2006. And the duo Stellangi was born. Following his retirement from competitive play, he seamlessly transitioned into coaching, where his impact was nothing short of transformative. He coached the Swedish men's national team with the generation that created many world champions. He coached the Danish national team and the Qatar national team, and for today's presentation, the most important, the US national para team, for 4 years from 2012 to 2016. He coached a team at the Toronto Para Pan American Games, where the team won 2 gold medals and many other medals. His dedication to nurturing talent and fostering inclusivity in table tennis, particularly in the para division, had left an edible mark on the sport. He had a great personal relationship as a coach and friend with the late Hall of Famer Mike Dempsey, right when he moved to San Diego in 2006 until his untimely departure. Stellan Bengtsson's coaching philosophy centers on teamwork, resilience, sportsmanship, and that continues to inspire generations of athletes around the world. He coached a young Jimmy Butler in Sweden that turned his game around to international greatness, where Jimmy learned what dedication and hard work really meant if you're going to make it to the top. His commitment to promoting the values of our sport, integrity, camaraderie, and excellence, serves as a beacon for all who follows in his footsteps. Every time he has a chance to show honesty, he takes it. I remember one time we were eating at a restaurant in San Diego, and the server forgot to charge us for an item. He said directly, we need to go back and pay for it. That just shows an opportunity how it takes honesty as number one. A small thing, but still shows his dedication to those personal values. After he came to the United States, he dedicated his time to work with young, aspiring USA athletes like Ted Lee, who won the under 13, under 15, and under 17-year-old national championships, Teddy Tran, who won the under 15 and under 17 national championships, DJ Alto, who at a young age of 15 already got to a 2600 US ATP rating and was winning over many national team members at the time. He still has many long-standing yearly traditions to hold weekly training camps in different parts of the country. It comes up to Oregon twice a year, still does it for maybe 20 years he's done it. And everybody just loves it. In 2021, he was asked by his old student and 4 times world champion, Jörgen Persson, who was the national team head coach at the time, to help to coach a Swedish team at the 2021 Houston World Championships in singles and doubles. His assignment was to help mainly 2 players. The troubled, young, temperamental, but also talented Truls Moregård and Christian Karlsson. Truls came into the World Championships world ranked at 77. He finished with a silver medal in men's singles. Stellan took his game to a totally different level by making Truls control his temper and made him focus at a totally different level, and made the breakthrough that last year gave him 2 Olympic silver medals in men's singles and men's team. Christian Karlsson, in the same 2021 World Championships, won gold in men's doubles. And last summer, he won an Olympic silver medal in the men's team together with Truls. 1 gold and 1 silver at the Houston World Championships. Not bad for a USA coach. Today, as we honor Stellan Bengtsson's remarkable contribution to table tennis, let us also celebrate the man behind the accolades, a humble, passionate individual whose love for the game knows no bounds. Stellan's presence in the Hall of Fame is a testament to his enduring legacy and his unwavering dedication to the sport he holds dear. In 2021, he was inducted to the Swedish Table Tennis Hall of Fame. And last year, and today, he is inducted in the US Table Tennis Hall of Fame. In closing, let us extend our heartfelt congratulations to Stellan Bengtsson on his well-deserved induction into the Hall of Fame. May his remarkable achievements continue to inspire and uplift all who share his passion for table tennis. The message was sent out to the table tennis world about Stellan's induction. Many people did thank you videos, and we will see a few of them. All videos are posted on the USA Table Tennis Hall of Fame Facebook page and other social media accounts and on our website. So let's see if we can look at some videos. Some quite famous individual who wants to say something about Stellan.
Hello Stellan, congratulations for membership in Hall of Fame. You deserve it for sure, because I thought that you should get it much earlier. But thank you for everything you have done for Swedish table tennis, and you was the reason why I start to play. So have a really good night and take care. See you later.
Thank you, Stellan, for bringing your world-class coaching standards to the United States and for allowing developing coaches like me to observe and learn from you over these past years. Thanks again.
Stellan, congratulations on your induction into the Hall of Fame. From one Hall of Famer to another, it's an amazing honor. Thank you so much for your lifetime service to the sport of table tennis, and most importantly, the impact that you've had on para-table tennis here in the United States, and I'm sure around the world. It's well-deserved, my friend. Congratulations.
Hi Stellan, I hope you are fine. I want to say thank you for being a great role model and inspiration throughout my table tennis life. That meant a lot for me. And also I want to congratulate to you being elected into the USA Table Tennis Hall of Fame. A big congratulations from Sweden.
Please welcome our 2024 and maybe 2025 US Table Tennis Hall of Fame inductee, Stellan Bengtsson.
I think you have to put the mic lower. I'm standing in a hole here. Thank you, Christian, so much. You made me better than I am. And thank you for taking half my speech away, telling everything I was going to say here. Hello, everyone, and good evening. And first of all, congratulations to the other people who were inducted tonight. Well-deserved honor. And thank you for letting me come today and be part of the second time here. So growing up in Falkenberg as a kid, it was no doubt that table tennis was going to be my sport. I loved playing. After school, I took the bike, drove to the club every day. And suddenly one day, I won a tournament. There was a picture in the newspaper. And my mom said, "Do you play table tennis?" She had no idea where I went after school. And of course, growing up in Falkenberg, that in the famous club, you talked about the Falkenberg drill. And I can say no one has done that drill more than me. Every day. Falkenberg, by the way, has a long tradition. This year, the club celebrates 100-year anniversary. That's 1 year older than ITTF. So that is an amazing history we have at that club. And the club has produced 4 world champions altogether through the years.
So that has a good results for a little town by 10,000 people. As a kid, I had two big breaks growing up. The first one was between 12 and 15 years old. The association organized camps for future players. So we were 4 weeks in a row. We had a camp. I did those camps, and those were not easy. We played 6 days a week, and when Hans Alser, the famous double world champion who had a camp, we had to run 7 miles every day before breakfast. So that built us up as players technically and also physically. The second break I got was when I was a little older. I had to go to Japan and train with Mr. Ugemura, who changed my life totally. He taught me to put the game into science, to study my own game, study my opponent's game. And he was very demanding as a coach, but very fair, very generous. And all his knowledge that he taught in 1969, I can see how the Chinese play today. He told me one thing that I didn't really understand in '69. He goes, in the end of the game, serve backhand from the forehand corner. And I was a forehand player, and I said, I will never do that. And how do we see now of Sharov, Djorkic, they all serve backhand from the forehand corner. So he was really, really early in the technique. Another thing that he taught really early was your free hand, not playing hand, should be kept here. Look at any Chinese player today. Where do they have the free hand? Right there. So he was, for me, Einstein of table tennis. He was so good. The reason I could go to train there was 3.5 months. I was in school, so my parents said, you can take a year off, go to train for 3.5 months, and later you come back to school. 50 years later, I still have a break. I never went back to school after that because I developed so much that I was number 3 in Europe when I came back. And even in those days, we can tell the kids there were no boys 11, no boys 13, no boys 15. There was one event, 17 and under. As a kid, you have to grow up and play well right away. So I was lucky enough to win when I was 15 and 16. So I was in Japan training, and the Swedish nationals was going to be in December, and we had about 1.5 months left to train. So I told Mr. Ugemura, maybe I should go home to Sweden and be the first one winning 3 times. No, no, no. You stay here, practice, and then you come back 1.5 years later, and you'll be world champion. And that happened. So lucky that I stayed there. Yeah. So that was my first title as a man player. At 18 years, I had not won a man event internationally before the Worlds. So that's why I'm so short. There was a lot of pressure after that. Yeah, here we stand 50 years later, and I'm just as curious about table tennis as I was as a 17-year-old. I watch all the matches I can every day, especially lucky when they play in Europe, because I can watch them in the morning here. And I was also lucky that I never felt I had a job. I had a hobby. And that's what I tell my students who maybe not will continue to play table tennis. Try to find a job that you like to do, because you have to do it a lot. And many of those students found their good reason to find a good job. Yeah. So we moved here 2006, had a good run with the para some years. We had some national titles from the kids that I taught in San Diego. It's kind of sad that the best thing that happened to me here was coaching a Swede to be number 2 at the Worlds. Kanak was in the quarters. It would have been fun to sit behind Kanak in Houston to maybe bring him to a silver or something like that. But it never really happened here in the United States. But the para team took us to heart, and we're happy for that. Thank you all so much.